Hey YouTubers, Hike with Mike here, of course. Just relaxing, hanging out in the Pinelands today. And time for another Swamp Talk. Today's Swamp Talk is inspired by one of the most iconic and one of my favorite albums of the 1990s. Even though at the time I really hated the 90s because I was a metalhead and it kind of just put the kibosh on 80s metal. But over time I've learned to really appreciate it a lot, and one album that really stuck out with me a lot was Alanis Morissette's Jagged Little Pill. And the song, my favorite song from that album, I always seem to like the lesser known. I don't like the hits because I think I hear them too much and they get on my nerves, but there's a gem of a song in there called Perfect, and it's about, putting too much pressure on kids, to be perfect. And I just noticed that it could really be a bad thing. Sometimes it's okay. I know it's difficult to do as a parent, to let your child go, to make mistakes so that they can learn from it, because some of the greatest lessons you learn is when you make mistakes. And I get the part that it's very scary and difficult to do that. But it's okay to accept failures and mistakes. It's part of living, No one lives absolutely perfect. We're all going to make boneheaded decisions at times. As long as we make decisions that don't harm us or other people, it's okay. That's part of life, to make decisions and try something. And if you make a mistake, that's okay. You learn from it. It's a learning lesson. Mistakes many times are the greatest teachers in the world. Making mistakes, not being perfect all the time, that's part of the journey of life, And I've been around here for a while, and I've learned that, over time seems to fix everything in many ways. Not always, but time does have a way of fixing things. And sometimes you need to look at something that you're all stressed out about and just say to yourself, it just doesn't matter. Because there's a whole bunch of other stuff going on, and you're focusing on one little tiny little thing when everything else is going on in another wheel spinning. And it's okay. You're not going to be perfect every time, and that's all right. That's a good thing. Mistakes also make you humble, and I'm all about being humble, So it's okay not to be perfect all the time. It's okay to make boneheaded mistakes. Believe me, I've made plenty of them myself. So that's my Swamp Talk for today. So just relax and let it go, because sometimes it just doesn't matter. And just move on, learn from the mistake, and get better. And reflect on it if you want. That's all right. It's all good medicine.